so much for joining me on my program once again. I appreciate you wherever you're joining me from. I say good morning, good afternoon, good evening. Accept my greeting according to your time zone. If you have not subscribed to my channel, please kindly subscribe to my channel. Click the notification bell so that you'll be notified anytime I upload a video. You can be among the first to receive it. Then go to the comment section at all times. Leave your comment, drop your contribution. If you have suggestions, make it out there. If you have any criticism, put it down on the comment section. It will make us to get better, presenting you a better program. Thank you so much. Share to family and friends. Share to everyone that is around you. Today we will speak to those of them who claim to be elites in Biafra land. Those who claim to know it all in Biafra land. Those who claim to be wise. We want to speak to them today. We want to speak about their idiocy and cowardice. It is disturbing. And once again, I welcome you to this very platform. A platform that is autopiloted by Cowardice himself under the spokesmanship of Master Simon Ekpa and on the leadership of Master Nandekano. That is where we stand and we continue to stand to preach the gospel to everyone that cares to listen. We will not stop preaching. Even if we come online and we found one person or two people, we will continue to preach. We cannot stop. No matter the distraction they bring to us, no matter their obstacles, we will continue to preach. They are trying as much as possible to stop us. But this assignment has been given to us by Cowardice himself. Our Supreme Amazon Nandekano fought the same battle until today. He is still fighting. And those of us who still have the opportunity to stand up and fight, we have to fight until we win. That is why we are coming online on a daily basis. That is why I'm here on a daily basis. And so many other autopiloted platforms are coming online. Regardless all the hindrances, obstacles, and challenges that we face, we come online to speak to Biafran people and encourage them, and also to tell the world the true situation of things. That is what we do. We do not come online to preach hate. We do not come online to preach violence. We come online to speak to the consciousness of people who refuse to do the right thing. We come here to remind those who are pretending not to know what is going on. We come here to expose those who are bent on taking the life of the innocent ones who are devoted in pursuing good life. That is what we do. And today, on this platform, autopiloted by Cowardice himself, under the spokesmanship of Master Simon Ekpa, and on the leadership of Master Nandekano, today we are going to talk to those of them who claim to be elites and politicians in Biafra land. We want to speak to their idiocy and cowardice. We cannot continue to be silent and pretend that all is well, while all is not well. A lot of things are wrong. So many things are going wrong, right, left, and center. We cannot tolerate what is happening again. We cannot continue to tolerate that. We have tolerated a lot of nonsense for a very long time. We have tolerated their idiocy for a very long time. Their cowardice have been tolerated for a very long time. But we can no longer tolerate that, because it's causing a lot of damages to us, to our future, to whom we are, and to our life. Everything we are doing today is to save our life and to save our future. If we keep silent and refuse to do nothing, a time will come when there will be nobody existing in Biafra land that will identify him or himself as a Biafra. If something is not done now, a time will come when we will be completely wiped out and nobody will talk about us anymore. But because we know the value of time and we know the time that we're in today, that is why such thing will never ever happen. Not in this life, not in life to come. Not ever. Master Nandekano laid that foundation. Today, Master Simon Ekpa, the Prime Minister of Biafra government in exile, is working on that same foundation. And every one of us speaking on different platforms, we are encouraging him, supporting him, and giving our own contribution the best way we can. And we will continue to do so until Biafra comes. Even after Biafra have come, we will not stop. We will continue to sensitize Biafran people, continue to encourage them, continue to tell the world what we are made of. That is our responsibility. But today, our concern and worries are those who claim to be elites. Those who claim to be elites in Biafra land. Those who call themselves the wealthy. Those who call themselves stakeholders in Biafra land. What are they doing? You and I can see that they are doing absolutely nothing. Instead, they are ready and willing to eat from what falls from the master's table, even when the food belongs to them. The food that belongs to them is being served on the table. Their master eats, and the crumbs that fall from the master's table, they are willing to eat it again and again. And they are satisfied and okay with that. But the most painful thing is not that they are satisfied and okay with that. They are forcing others into that slavery of eating the crumbs that fell from the master's table. Well, Biafran people, we know that we are not slaves and will never be. We are freeborn. And that is why we are standing our ground to hold our position as freeborn in the country of Nigeria, no matter what they do, no matter what they say. We are freeborn and we will remain freeborn. No propaganda, no blackmail can hold us down. No wickedness can hold us down. No lies can hold us down. No matter how they try to push their lie propagandas, we will continue to stand our ground and speak that which is right. The politicians have failed us. Those who call themselves elites have failed us. Those who call themselves leaders have failed us. Both traditional rulers, the religious rulers, the clergymen, every single one of them in all areas, they have failed us. What they do today is to continue to serve their masters willingly because their master gave them the crumb that fall from the table. They have lost the confidence to demand for that which is right. They have lost the confidence to fight for their rights and take it. Something that belongs to them is taken away from them and being dashed in pieces to them. And they are okay with it. They are so scared that they cannot come out and fight for that which is theirs. That is how bad it is. But I bet you, no matter what they say, no matter what they do, we will continue to speak up and continue to fight for that which is ours. No man born of a woman can take our position from us. We know who we are. We are kings and princes. And we can never, ever relinquish that very position for anybody. Every one of us have seen the recent disgrace we are seeing among the politicians. The one that called himself the newly elected governor of Abia State have started showing what he's made of. You see why we tell you that anybody that is a politician is a slave to the caliphate. I say it unapologetically and I say it with facts. Every politician, starting from your local government chairman to the highest politician in Biafra land, they are all slaves to the caliphate. They are all willing tools in the hand of the caliphate. The newly elected Abia State governor has looked around, all around. He couldn't see a personality he will invite for his inauguration. The only personality he sees that he can be able to invite in his inauguration becomes the man that destroyed Biafra land. The man that committed genocide against Biafra land. The man who stood and said Biafra will not stand. The person that starved our children, take away the life of our mothers and sisters. That is the person he's inviting. What does that show you? That shows you that these people are all slaves. Willing tools in the hand of the enemy. You want to spit on the grave of our heroes. Even when we are moving forward and we have started announcing the Heroes Day celebration, which is 30th May, you are inviting the greatest enemy of the Biafran people, a man who has declared himself enemy to Biafran people, who has no single respect for the Biafrans. You are inviting him for your inauguration. What are you trying to tell the Biafran people? What are you trying to tell the Biafran people that voted you in? You see, every day we tell you things and you never believe it. And when you go back to do what we told you not to do, the regret continue to follow you. The regret will continue to follow you. You see, when we said that we are going to retire every politician in Biafra land, these are the reasons why we want to retire them. Anybody in any political post in Biafra land, these are the reasons why we wanted to retire every one of them and make sure they are not being voted in any position. Because these people are people who do not mean well for you and I. They do not have any plan for you. They do not have any plan for me. They have always been on their own, doing their things the way they want to do it. Every single step they are taking is for their own personal interests and not for the interest of the masses. We have seen this happen again and again and again. And it will not stop. As long as you continue to be in that contraption called Nigeria, it will not stop. This intimidation will continue. This blackmail will continue. This enslavement will continue. A man who was elected into power by Biafrans in a Biafran state. In your inauguration, you didn't see anybody to use your inauguration. You are bringing the arch enemy of Biafran people. Even when you know that your people are asking for Biafra. Your people are crying for Biafra, asking for Biafra, demanding for the land Biafra every day. What do? Instead of you to support them or speak in a language that they will understand, instead of you to send a strong message to the enemies that you are with your people, what are you doing? You want to first of all show the caliphate that you are with them. You want to show the world that you are not a supporter of Biafra. You are openly showcasing to Biafran people, you are showing to the Biafran people that you are not in support of the struggle. Yeah. That is exactly what you are doing. You are showing to the world that you are not in support of Biafra. That is why you are inviting the arch enemy of Biafran people to your inauguration. Can you tell me in your own open and sincere mind, what has Gowon got to do with your inauguration? I'm talking to the governor of Abia State, the elected governor of Abia State. What has the appearance, what has the presence of Gowon got to do with your governorship, except sending a message to Biafran people that you are not in support of Biafra? And if you're not in support of the sovereign state of Biafra, you're not in support of Biafran people, how do you think you can govern safely in Abia State? This is how they begin to wage war, even when they have not gotten into power. This is how the politicians in Biafran land wage war against themselves. This is how they wage war against themselves. And when the war that they are waging starts, they begin to cry. You are coming into office. And this is the note you're starting with. You are starting in the note to show Biafrans that you are not with them and will not be with them. You are starting with a note to show to Biafran people that you are not in support of their freedom. You are starting with a note to tell Biafran people that you are in support of the enemy. And you think you will end well. You will never ever end well. You can never ever end well. You are going to meet your doom. Just like every other criminal have made their doom in the past, you are going to meet your doom too. This is what will happen. It doesn't matter whether you accept it or you don't accept it, whether you believe it or you don't believe it. It is going to happen. Look at your colleague in Anambra State, Soludo. When Soludo came to governorship, he came with a note to fight against Biafran people. Today, how far? Today, how far? What is his progress? What progress has he made in Anambra State? Soludo succeeded in making Anambra State ungovernable for himself. He succeeded in making Anambra State insecure. He succeeded in creating more enemies in Anambra State than friends. And today, what is his fate? Why would you be voted into power? All you got to do is to tell the people that have voted you that you are not with them. For us, who have known what will happen when it has not happened, we said it, that we will not legitimize this evil entity called Nigeria. Our plan was to make sure that every idiot called himself a politician is retired. When we made that comment, people who are not paying attention didn't understand what we meant by that. A lot of people didn't understand what we meant by that. But today, you are beginning to understand better. Today, you are seeing it clearly. Today, revelations are coming to you that very vote you went to cast wasn't the right choice. Today, the same man whom you voted in is bringing your arch enemy into your state for inauguration, telling you ahead of time that he is in support of the genocide against you, telling you ahead of time that he's not in support of your freedom. And tomorrow, when he begins to act otherwise, you think that it's just, you begin to ask, why him? But he was good. I've told you, for everybody that acquires a political position in Biafra land, they make a sacrifice. They make a promise and they sign an agreement. Check every governor you have seen in the Southeast. Have you seen any governor in the Southeast that come and stand with the people? Is there any? Any governor in the Southeast that is standing with his own people, that will come on national TV and speak in defense of his own people? None of them. Enugu State is there. The only thing he does is to call military to take the life of innocent people. He never makes a case for his people. Is it Ebonyi State? Ebonyi State is busy promoting the caliphate and promoting the agenda of the enemies of Biafra. At the same time, taking the life of innocent Biafrans who are in his state. Look at Abia State. Abia State is nothing to write home about. And all of a sudden, Abia State began to breathe, and they were happy that at least they have gotten somebody who could have a common sense. But look at the notes he's starting with. Inviting Gowon to Abia State for inauguration. What an insult. What an insult. Inviting Gowon to Abia State for inauguration. What is your plan? What do you intend to achieve? What message are you trying to send to the Biafran people? To Biafran families that have lost 1, 2, 3, 4 people in the Biafran war. During the Biafran war, the Biafran genocide, the pogrom, there is no family in Biafra that did not lose somebody in the hand of Gowon. Every Biafran family lost their soul in the hand of Gowon. Does it mean that these people do not have common sense? Ask yourself, when you see that man Gowon standing before you, what do you see? What comes to your brain? When somebody from the Southeast Biafra land sees Gowon, General Gowon, when you see General Gowon, what comes to your head? Your guess is good as mine. That thing you are thinking is what I'm thinking. So why would a governor, knowing all these facts around, bring that man in his own land during inauguration? You are starting in a bad note. And you think that Biafrans will fold their hand and watch you. Be careful what you wish for, because it will consume you. Let this message go to that man in Abia State. Be careful what you wish for. These very few days you're going to be in that office, be careful what you wish for. Because Biafra is going to come, with or without you people. Just as my spokesperson, Master Samanaka, has said, some of you will be still busy campaigning. Some of you will even be in Abuja demanding for location. Why Biafra has come already? That is how it's going to be. When Biafra will be announced, some of you will be busy thinking that it is business as usual. Going for location in Abuja, you will be busy talking about one Nigeria, and Biafra has already gone. The idiocy of the political elite and so-called elites in Biafra land is disturbing. So disturbing. Their cowardice is so disturbing and so shameful. Today, we don't have a single man who can stand up and speak boldly for Biafran people. Not even one person. No Biafran man can come and speak boldly in favor of his own region. Every other ethnic group in that contraption can do it. The Fulanis do it unapologetically. The Hausas do the same thing. The Ududua people, they do the same thing. The Middle Belt, they do that unapologetically. But to Biafran people, their brain have been beaten to the extent that they cannot come out in the open and make a case for their people. They can't put a defense for their people. Instead, when they see you putting the defense, they'll be asking you why. Are you the only one suffering? They will be asking you why you. Instead, they will take up the contract to fight you as a Biafran, even though they are your fellow Biafrans. That is how bad the system is. Today, I can tell you the difficult enemies we have today who can still be opening their mouth to talk trash. They are Biafrans. The continuous decision of Mazen Nanika today is because people who are supposed to speak have refused to speak. And I can tell you, even when they are speaking negative against Mazen Nanika. The continuous decision of Mazen Nanika today is because of some of the Biafran elites, some of the politicians. They are the ones giving the federal government the courage to hold Mazen Nanika and not let go. It is a fact. It's not a guesswork. So you look at it the other way around. Even the arch enemy that we have are the Biafran people. They are the greatest challenge that we have. Just as they say, blood is thicker than water. We cannot face them the way we are facing other people. We cannot focus on them the way we are focusing on the real enemy. We know the real true enemy that is manipulating them, and that is the person we are after. Because we know all their manipulation. They will manipulate them to make us turn our eyes towards our own brothers. They will manipulate to the extent that they will make us turn our eyes to our own brother, thinking that our brothers are the enemy. Meanwhile, they are the one cooking up the whole thing. We know all their strategies. That is why we are not perturbed. And that is why most of the time, our spokesman will tell us, ignore them. Ignore every other black man. Do not fight anybody. Don't just focus on actualization of Biafra. Tell the world where we must get out of Biafra and stand with Biafran people. And that is what we have been doing. That is what we have been doing time and time again. Standing firm as Biafran people, making our case known to the whole world, regardless what they do, whether they listen or they don't listen. But whatever we say and we put up online, we bear witness that we cried and we said and we talked. Because what will happen will definitely happen. And what is that thing that will happen? The exit from the contraption called Nigeria. The Biafran people are going to exist. It doesn't matter what it will cost. It doesn't matter the cost. We will exit. And very, very soon. So when that exit will happen, where will you be? Are you going to be one of those who's going to be happy? Or are you going to be one of those who is going to be buried his or her head in shame? Will you be one of those that will be disgraced? You have to change your ways. Mainly if you are a Biafran, you call yourself a Biafran, and you are still dancing to the tune of the enemy. You are still dancing to the tune of the caliphate. You are still pretending that all is well, when you know that all is not well. You are still watching, and you see the enemy spilling the blood of your own people. You are clapping your hands and you are laughing. You are even helping the enemies to take the life of your innocent people. Your days are numbered. Your days are numbered. Biafra land has been the most peaceful part of that contraption from it.